Okay,
okay. Go. Okay, so if you think glossophobia is an irrational dread of a small town in the Peak District, or indeed a fear of shiny surfaces, you would in fact be wrong. It's actually the posh term for fear of public speaking and comes from the Greek word glossa, meaning tongue. So there you go, you've learned something already. Okay, oh, I've lost my thing. Okay, fear, where did it go, where did it go? Right, I'm just going to wait for this one to pass, and then I'm going to... This is the danger of relying on... there you go, that's me. In my childhood dreams, I was an accomplished public speaker. In reality, this was not quite the case. I was indeed rubbish. You can see the telltale signs of knocking knees in this picture taken just before a particularly high-pressured primary school assembly performance. So I started wondering about how common this fear is, and am I on my own? How many of you would agree with Seinfeld that at a funeral most people would rather be dead in the casket than speaking the eulogy? Yes or no? Yeah. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm not on my own. So can you actually die from public speaking? Well, this man did. He contracted pneumonia after giving the longest inaugural speech in US history and was dead within the month. So not only am I relieved that this is only 5 minutes, but I have taken extra precautions of wearing thermal underwear. Malcolm X, of course, was tragically shot at the beginning of a speech in 1965, and I have to confess, this started scaring me. So again, I've taken extra precautions to avoid snipers by speaking on a topic free of any whiff of revolution. In my bid to overcome my glossophobia, I started doing a little bit of research, and I found an entire industry dedicated to A, scaring you half to death, and B, selling you expensive solutions for you to purchase. I even discovered a herbal remedy and was particularly drawn to its discreet packaging. That final shape would definitely put a glossophobe hater off the scent, and a bargain at $44 a pop. Although I must confess that I've opted for alcohol this evening. So with a bit more investigation, I tracked down the origins of the I'd rather die notion to some highly unscientific research in this 1977 book of lists. But hey, who cares about accuracy if there's a fast buck to bake and there's a lot of money being made in this industry? A bit more delving, and I found out that animals and bugs are actually our #1 fear. And I've worked out for this experience to be truly terrifying, I'd need to be standing from a great height, surrounded by water, and with an imminent dentist appointment, so there we go. I did a little Google search to see how I should dress to impress you all tonight, but I quickly concluded I'd rather be shit at public speaking. And then I consulted Twitter to find out why people speak in public at all, and I found 2 distinct schools of thought. Firstly, there's a desire to further a noble cause. Secondly, there's a desire to show off and manage insecurity. Thank you very much for that feedback, I appreciate it. And then I thought I might be able to learn some lessons from public figures. Many have derided my high-pitched lack of gravitas, believe it or not. And I could have gone down the Thatcher voice coaching route, but the prospect of using her as my role model was just rather too disturbing. Then I just decided to take solace in the fact that this man was completely useless at it, and he managed to have the most powerful job in the world for 8 years. So at least my plans for world domination remain intact. But what about positive female role models? It's hard to track them down in the top 10 lists. Emmeline Pankhurst does regularly feature, but she's been dead for God knows how many years, so there's a challenge to the women in the audience tonight, because it sure ain't going to be me. I was particularly pleased to have this myth blown out of the water. Apparently, it's just distracting. It makes you feel sick, or it turns you on, and I'm saying nothing about the effect of you guys on me tonight. So, in desperation, I tried taking a leaf out of Gareth Cheeseman's book and attempted to pump myself up before coming out tonight, and looking in the mirror and saying over and over again, "Grrr, Victoria, you're a tiger." But I just felt like a twat, and I look like one too. But I've definitely decided that my usual pre-taught ritual of weeping, tearing my hair out, crying, vomiting and so on isn't having the desired effect. So I've chucked out the self-help books and taken direction from the master, Churchill himself, and necked half a bottle of brandy, and do you know what? It's worked wonders, I recommend it. So why on earth am I here tonight? I've been asking myself that question all day. Basically, this is extreme exposure therapy. I did think of going to the gym instead, but frankly, that was more terrifying. So, according to the textbooks, every presentation should end with a take-home message. So mine is, It is possible to die in front of an audience, both metaphorically, as I may have done tonight, and literally, as we have seen earlier, but my advice is, don't bother, stay at home, read a book, it's much less dangerous. Thank you very much.